I have to hold my microphone. So today I got something super exciting in the mail. I have been waiting for this since it was announced, and I could not wait to talk about it. So here it is. It's the Parker Johnson Pro Mod. This is the most beautiful kendama I have ever seen. I love how it looks. I love the aesthetic that they're going for. I just love everything about this. So when the Parker Johnson Pro Mod was announced and I saw it, I was like, oh my god, I need to get that, and I would love to do a review video of it. And then when the Parker Johnson Pro Mod announcement video, which is also like an edit, came out, I realized I also wanted to review that. So this whole video is going to be a little bit kendama review, little bit reaction to the Pro Mod edit. So the first thing I'm going to do is talk about the actual Pro Mod because it's beautiful and I cannot wait. Beautiful. The box is pretty standard for sweets. It's, their interesting box within a half box style. So the first thing we're gonna do is look at the stickers. So undo that. I do not like that system of pull out tabs, but I like it more than I like stickers or tape covering the edges like that. So I have to hand it to Sweets. You have to close it up somehow. First off, we'll look at the stickers. Obviously, it comes with some extra string in the base. I believe, I see some light blue string, and the string it actually comes with is black. So it's nice that they give you a different color in case you want it. And then the actual stickers, we get this cool Sweets in the Parker Johnson mod colors. And then we get this really cool list of stickers that I'll hopefully have another close-up shot of. But they're really cool. It's all in this color scheme that I love. It's all on theme. Sweets has some of the best stickers I've ever seen. It's awesome. Now the actual Dama. Honestly, I opened this the moment I got it and jammed it for a couple of minutes, and I put it all back together for presentation. But I think I was going to do that anyways, even if I wasn't super excited about the mod itself. And that's simply because I found that when you open a Sweets kendama, recently anyways, with the past 2 or 3 that I've gotten, the string feels really tense, and you kind of have to mess with it a little to really break it in. And I've found that the actual knot at the bottom tends to be a little big, so that it kind of negates what the bearing's doing by untwisting the string, and it catches on the walls of the tama, on the inside of the tama, and ends up twisting the string anyways. So I tend to cut that down a little bit so that the knot's not so big. So first we have the tama, and the tama is gorgeous. It has the shutter image on the top of it, and I love that. It has the splatter paint on the little cup. It has these cool markings down the side of the Ken, and it has a lunar balance hole in the base cup, which I'm not a huge fan of aesthetically or for playability, in terms of sometimes I want to balance things on the cup, like put my finger there to spin or something, but you can't really do that when there's a bevel. And it has a lunar balance hole on the bottom. And I'm not a huge fan of those aesthetically, but effective-wise, they work really well. So I understand their importance. Besides the tama, which obviously has a lot going on, the rest of the Ken itself actually doesn't have a lot happening. It has the splatter paint on the little cup, but the big cup is clear, and there's the tire tread engravings on the sides of the kendama. But other than that, it's really, the focus is on the tama, which I really appreciate. Sometimes I feel like the tama is almost blank and some of the Kens are decked out, and that can look really cool, but for the most part, what I'm looking at is the tama. So this comes in the Sweets boost shape, which means it has just super sharp edges. The balance points are beautiful. I mean, just super clean, and the whole thing just looks really, really good. Almost all of my favorite kendamas have been in the boost shape. It's great, super playable, and it lasts a super long time. I find that the shape itself, just you land more, so you're breaking your kendama less. Now the whole tama is made out of maple, and I got the sticky clear paint, though you can get it as a cushion clear as well, but that is almost $20 more, and I didn't really find it necessary for me because I like playing with sticky clear. Now, a couple other things is that it comes with roughly a 6-finger string, which is kind of where I play right now, so that's really cool for me, but it might be really long if you're just starting out and you like shorter strings, or if you just like shorter strings in general. It comes with a bearing, which is awesome. Almost any kendama from Sweets that you get for more than $25 is going to come with a bearing instead of a bead, and that's really good because it's super important to have. One thing I super adore about this kendama is how seamlessly they integrate the whole tracking system that Sweets and other companies have been using since forever with the style of the kendama. I found that sometimes when pro mods are trying to integrate an idea of a theme into something along with tracking, then they tend to just have a theme up top and then cut it off on the bottom. That's not really the case here. They have the whole theme in one package and managed to still have it look really good with the tracking on the bottom. Now, obviously, I love this kendama and I'm super excited to talk about the video, but there's one super cool thing that I found on the website. When you go to sweetskendamas.com and you look up the Parker Johnson mod, on the bottom, it specifically states that a part of every kendama of the Parker Johnson mod sales goes to Parker. That is awesome. That is not always the case with things like this. I remember it being a big deal for a magician that I used to follow a lot. When he first made a deck of cards that was his signature deck of cards, he was working with a bigger company and they just paid him a flat rate and he never got any of the money from the actual deck selling, and he felt really ripped off by that because it's not a really fair thing. He poured a lot of effort into it. Luckily, he went on to make an even greater deck of cards and is doing super well, but sometimes people get really screwed over by collaborating with someone and then getting none of the profit despite all your hard work going into it. So I really, really appreciate Sweets here for actually giving Parker some of the money instead of just profiting off of his hard work and design, which I'm sure he didn't design the whole thing just by himself, but it's clearly heavily inspired by him and his life and his hobbies, and the fact that they pay homage to that beyond just, oh, this looks like something he would play with, is really cool. Hey, I'm back. I ran out of space on my SD card, so I had to go and delete the, I think, like 3 full videos that I filmed and decided that I hated, and so I would never release them. So those are gone. So let's get back to it. The next thing I really want to do is look at the Parker Johnson Sweets Kendama Pro 2021 announcement. So this video came out as they announced that Parker Johnson was now a part of the Sweets Pro team. If you don't know what that is, it's essentially their team of really, really good players that play representing Sweets Kendamas. They have, in my opinion, one of the coolest teams. Some of the people on there are just insanely good at kendama. I mean, all of them are insanely good at kendama, but some of them just blow my mind sometimes. And Parker Johnson is one of those people, and not just because he's really good at kendama, but also just because I really like the way he plays. Sometimes there are some people that just play in the way that hits you. And Parker Johnson is one of those people for me. Right now, I am obsessed with everything he does. It's so good. Including this video that he obviously had a huge hand in and looks so good throughout the whole thing. In total, it's 13 and a half minutes, and I think it's a full 4 minutes before you even see a trick, and it doesn't matter. I'm just super excited the whole time because the whole thing looks really good, and he's just so interesting. Okay, so we're going to start watching the video, and I'm going to skip around a lot because I'm not going to put his whole 13-minute video in here, so I'm just going to bring up my favorite parts throughout the whole thing, but you should totally go check out this video. I'll link it in the description. It's mind-blowing. So there's this really cool opening thing that lasts for a little while, and it's just him coloring in the shutter image for the top of the Tama. And when I first watched this, there's this really cool opening thing happening where he's just coloring in this picture of the shutter, which is ultimately on the top of the Tama. And when I first watched this, I had already seen a picture of the side of the Dama, but I hadn't seen this. And when it shifted to show this on top of the Dama, it blew my mind. See, this right here is what I'm talking about, where it shows this, and then it fades into the top of the top. Oh, I mean, that's just gorgeous. And so I was wrong when I said it was a full 4 minutes. It's a full almost 2 minutes before you actually see a trick. Yeah, it's 2 minutes and 13 seconds. But this trick blows my mind. There's a moment right at the beginning where I can't even tell what he's doing unless I pay super close attention. He does this really cool swap right here where he's holding the Ken like this and just drops it to like this before throwing it again. And I don't know what it is about that, but it just looks so cool. I had a friend tell me that I needed a better microphone so that any Kendama stuff will sound like ASMR.
Up, man. Saw you did some crazy tricks. You're not good enough for the homegrown team, but we want to put you on the focus team. So that was really my start.
So I haven't done a lot of research into this, but I don't really know what the homegrown versus focus teams are. I know they're smaller parts of suites and not the pro team, but to be, as he's saying, like really a very beginner in terms of length of time he's been doing it and already being like shouted out by Matt Sweets and having people who are really good notice you, that's really impressive. You have to be super innovative to have people notice you like that.
My Kendama journey. And you gotta stop filming with your GoPro and stop filming in your kitchen. I don't know, it like jolted my system so that I went out.
I love GoPro tricks. They look super cool, but I also feel that I was filming for a long time with just my phone propped up in bad ways or with my GoPro, which looks great. And yeah, framing wasn't exactly my strong suit, and setting wasn't exactly something that was super important to me when I first started. And it doesn't have to be, but now when I'm out and about and I'm looking for like a setting to be filming, it's so much more fun than just, oh, I'll pop over to the kitchen or I'll do it in my bedroom. We've seen a lot of like tricks being done by older him, but only one so far, and we're 5 minutes into the video, only one that was actually filmed for this.
Aperture ring numbers, so they determine how wide or how close the aperture ring is. So the 22 means that the aperture is really close, but everything's in focus.
I love how he's using his kendama to teach people how to do photography. It's genius. I mean, I do a little bit of photography here and there. I'm not great at it, but I love it and it's super fun. But everything he's talking about here is like the super basic, like important starting structure to photography. And I think I learned some things in this that were not made abundantly clear when I first started learning photography. So I love that he's using this opportunity to, maybe not on purpose, but totally directly teach people how to use a camera.
Is actually where I get
I love that it's not just one thing. Not everything is all about photography or all about one specific thing, which is totally awesome. I know the Boo Johnson mod and the Reed Stark mods are all about their thing, and that's awesome. But because Parker Johnson has so much that he loves, it's all about all these things. The Tama is photography. The little cup is painting. The engravings on the side are about bikes. And it's just so cool how seamlessly they've melded together into one beautiful kendama while still representing totally different things. So I'd say at about 8.5 minutes is where the tricks actually really start. But like I was saying earlier, it doesn't matter. Every shot in this is beautiful. Every moment is gripping because you just care about what he's talking about, and it's awesome to learn about him, about the kendama, and about photography, and about PK Ripper machines. It's amazing. What? Dude, that was sick. I kind of love how kendamas look once they're beat up a little bit. Like, they look super clean when they're fresh and everything, and I like that. But the little dents and everything just give it character. I thought that was like a split screen, but that was actually a wall. That transition, though. Oh. As you can tell, I am absolutely in love with this video. This right here is probably my favorite moment in this whole video, but just the way that the actual kendama spins right here directly around the center of this butterfly just looks so cool. And I know that's where he framed it and everything, but it just it works so well. This is another one of my favorite things in this video is upcoming. There's a last second trick. That is insane. There's a trick here where he does it on the last second, right here at probably a battle at the border or something. That is just so satisfying. I love that. I love the showing his progression throughout the years instead of just really, really good tricks. It's also, his other tricks that he's done that are insane, including things from like right there. They just showed him against Carter Justice in a game of Ken, but he still did something insane or just really him, and they were like, we'll put it in there. It looks awesome. And then these shots are gorgeous. This is the end of the video, and these shots of him just playing by the water are aesthetic perfection. It ends with him sitting here on the water after 13 minutes of learning about him, and I am not disappointed in the least. I love this video so much. It's so inspiring to me because I feel like a lot of the tricks that he does are very similar to the kind of tricks that I want to do. I really love short, fast, specific tricks versus longer, more stamina-based tricks. And that's kind of what he does more often than not. And I get so hyped on that sort of thing, and it's awesome. So overall, I think I just got super excited for this kendama and this video, and I had to make a video about it because it's super cool. And I think you should totally go check it out, go buy the kendama, go watch this video, watch the unboxing video. I don't have a gram scale or anything, and so I don't know specific weights. I don't know how even this kendama is, but I'm sure any of your questions that you have about the specific kendama are over on the Sweets channel where Parker Johnson and Matt Sweets unbox. I'm also going to throw together a couple tricks that are just going to be super fun with the Parker Johnson mod. So Thank you for watching, and have a great day.